Let me talk about Elizabeth Warren. Yep. I got in trouble last time I talked about Elizabeth Warren. I got in trouble because I was pissed off with Elizabeth Warren and I said some things that I should have been smarter enough to say. I'm not going to say I don't believe what I said. I'm just going to say politically, I should have been smart enough not to say those things. But that's besides the point. I've got to talk about her again. Here is Elizabeth Warren coming out today with guns blazing against Donald Trump. Damn it, I thought I wasn't going to talk about him for at least 10 minutes, but it's in context. Here comes your girl, Elizabeth Warren. I still love her, still like her, still respect her fierceness. But here's the problem I have with her and other progressives like her. It's easy to attack Donald Trump. It's low hanging fruit to attack Donald Trump. It takes zero courage. It takes absolutely no courage whatsoever to attack Donald Trump. He's easily attacked because he's an asshole. It takes courage to take up the fight that was being held inside the Democratic Party this year. The primaries in 2016 was about the definition of what the Democratic Party was going to be. And unfortunately, Elizabeth Warren sat on the sideline. She could have endorsed Hillary Clinton, but she didn't do that. She could have endorsed Bernie Sanders. She didn't do that. She has every bit of right as an autonomous human being to not endorse anyone. That's her prerogative, yes. But as a person who is in the political fray, as a person who is ostensibly a leading voice in the progressive movement, as a person who benefits from the votes of the people who are out here fighting this entrenched war for the soul and the heart of the Democratic Party. She benefits from every single one of our votes. And she saved all of this fierceness that we have come to respect and love, admire, and adore about Elizabeth Warren. She kept it all and released it today against Donald Trump. I'm sorry, as much respect as I have for Elizabeth Warren, to me, that is not bravery. That is not leadership. That is low-hanging fruit. It doesn't take anyone. It doesn't take one iota of reputation, integrity, political capital. It takes nothing to do what you did against Donald Trump today. The difficult thing to do would have been to wade into this fight for the heart and soul of the Democratic Party and make your voice be heard. No matter what it was, no matter who you disappointed, that's what, to me, sorry, just me. I'm just a no-name guy on YouTube ranting and raving at 10 o'clock damn at the night, so who gives a damn what I have to say? But a person like me, I cannot sit on the sideline while there are difficult fights to be had. I can't. And maybe that's why you're a senator, Senator Warren. Maybe that's how you got to the heights that you got to. Maybe those political heights are not made for people who are going to get in the trenches and fight the fights that need to be fought. Maybe the people that they write stories about are not really the heroes. Maybe they're the ones who stayed out and survived, right? And didn't get hit, didn't get bruised and battered, and just came up for the easy fight. That's not me. And I think there's a lot of people who identify with me on this. All of the tweet storming that she did today, all the press releases that she did today, all of that energy and all that fire that we saw from Elizabeth Warren today should have been wielded as a person. Listen, I get it. You're going to say she's an autonomous human being. She can do whatever the hell she wants to do. Yeah, she does. She can, right? And she is. But as a person who benefits from the votes of the millions of people, well, okay, I'm not sure what the voter turnout here was in Boston, in Massachusetts, but she benefits from the vote. Matter of fact, she benefits from the progressive movement at large across the United States of America. So let's not even pretend like she's only benefiting from people from Massachusetts. as a person who benefits from the votes and the financial contributions and the platform that is afforded to you by millions of people across the United States of America, if you see your followers, if you see people who support you engaged in a war, that you have a unique position and a unique voice to which you can contribute, you have the responsibility to get involved and help us define the future of the Democratic Party. Because staying on the sideline, you have essentially co-signed to what the establishment, scratch that word because you don't like that, you guys don't like that word, what the status quo has defined the Democratic Party to be. This pseudo-meritocratus, this neoliberal economic policy, this neoconservative foreign policy, DLC, third way, Democrat in name only party. This is what the Democratic Party has defined itself as actually over the last 30 some odd years, and it has become the status quo. And here we are entrenched in this battle for the identity of the Democratic Party, for the very definition of the word progressive. And the leading voice in the progressive movement sat on the sideline. But today, oh, everybody hates Trump, so why not? Let's just get on, let's finally release that energy and that, let's finally have something to say. Let's finally get those retweets. Let's finally get that message out, because you know she had something to say all along, but she couldn't say it because of many political variables in her calculus. But now she's got something to say again. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I don't admire that type of leadership. I don't, and I'm saying this with the utmost love for Elizabeth Warren. I am Elizabeth Warren fanboy. It's a thin line between love and hate, right? I mean, I really respect and like Elizabeth Warren, but I have no problem whatsoever. If you understand how much I admire President Obama and you hear how much I'm willing to critique and criticize President Obama, you should understand I have absolutely no problem bringing correction, criticism, and critique to people I admire. And so for Elizabeth Warren, as much as I admire her, as much as I respect her voice, we needed her voice in this movement one way or the other to either propel the progressive movement or to align herself with Hillary Clinton and the establishment Democrats and the status quo Democrats. But she sat on the sideline. And that's not something, that's not leadership. I'm sorry. That's easy. That's like me. That's like me sitting around not saying anything during this election cycle. I mean, think about it. Like, think about this little microcosm. As much unique and contributory things I've had to say about this election, the unique perspective and angles and contributions that I've been able to give in this primary season, the way I've been able to, yes, I'll pat my damn self on the back, to eviscerate these ridiculously fatuous arguments that have come from Hillary Clinton's team. Imagine me being quiet and then all of a sudden having something to say today now that Donald Trump is the prohibitive nominee.